Welcome to All the Ability with Nikki.
Hey!
The show that informs, uplifts, and celebrates people of all abilities.
Because everyone deserves a story, y'all.
The show that asks the question, what does Long Island have to offer people with special needs and disabilities?
That part.
And here's your host, Nikki Johnson.
Girl! Welcome back to All the Ability with Nikki. We are here to spill the tea on real stories, real impact, and real people making a difference in the world. I'm your host, and today's episode is all about influence, inclusion, and building your own lane when the world doesn't hand it to you. Today's guest is not just a speaker, not just a founder, but someone who is actively changing the way we see representation, fashion, and voice. She's the founder of Sitting Beauty magazine, a public speaker, and a powerful advocate for inclusion in spaces that haven't always made room for everyone. Welcome to the show, Kim Minto. Hi, Kim.
Hi, I'm so happy to be here.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much for coming. I really do appreciate it. How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm excited to talk with you.
Ah, good. Well, that's always a good start, right, everybody? So, what's been keeping you busy lately?
My magazine and everything that comes with it.
Wow. That seems like a big undertaking. What's something exciting that's happening in your world right now?
Well, I'm just putting together my May issue, which will be out next week, actually the first full week of May. But that's all that I'm focused on right now, just taking it issue by issue and the other opportunities that come along with that, like this one.
Oh, wonderful. So what, do you have like a big someone new on the cover?
No, I am a solo founder. So for right now, it's a one-woman show, and I grace the cover every month.
Oh, that's wonderful. It's like the Oprah magazine.
That was not my intention when I started. Yes.
Oh, but that's good.
But I do have the occasional interviewee who will grace the cover too.
Oh, terrific. Your journey is really, really powerful. It's not just what you've built, but how you've built it. What inspired you to start Sitting Beauty magazine?
I remember when I was a teenager and my mom asked me what magazine I wanted to read. Now, I don't remember the name of the magazine at this point, but I do remember flipping through the pages with friends, and we would look at it, and I would not see any representation. And then as someone who was always into style and beauty, I was always looking to those magazines for style and beauty tips that fit my disabled body. Eventually, I grew tired of not being able to see them, and I decided, well, if it isn't here, I'm going to create it.
Wow, you go, girl. That's exactly what you have to do.
Mm-hmm.
Was there a moment, like one specific moment, that you realized your voice could impact more than just your immediate circle?
Well, if we're talking about the magazine, there was no moment it was a culmination of moments building up from teenage years to now. Doing more than just the magazine, yes, absolutely. When I won a business competition in 2023, I was then asked to speak at a fundraising dinner for one of the organizers, and I thought, I wasn't ready for that at all.
Wow.
I had no idea that, being a magazine founder would then lead to a speaking opportunity. And since then, I've done several speaking opportunities. So it's like I was just thrown into the deep end with that one. So might as well just keep going. And that's what makes me comfortable here talking with you.
How was that first time, though? Were you so nervous?
Absolutely. So I went up, and I noticed that for me, I can't have a speech, read it and look up at the audience and go back to it. I lose my place. So I had to figure out how I was going to memorize 5 minutes of speaking. And it was interesting, and I messed up, but my friend came with me to help out, and I was like, I messed up so much. She's like, you do realize you're the only one who can tell you messed up, right? So
that is so funny you said that. I literally just had an experience yesterday. Mm-hmm. I had to do a presentation because I am doing some workshops for children with special needs. Mm-hmm. And I went in there thinking it was going to be about, just everybody was going to be there. And it was just men. And they were coming in and they were having their little jokes and everything. And it really, it really intimidated me at first. Like, it jumped me off my game. But then, like you said, once you do it, it gets better and better.
Yeah.
So what were some early challenges in getting people to take your vision seriously?
I think just the fact that it was out there and I decided to start this magazine. Starting your own business, as I'm sure you know, is its own daunting task. But then doing this magazine and talking about fashion and beauty in a way that hadn't been spoken about before, there was no roadmap for that.
Right.
Of course, there's fashion and beauty and, that aspect of it. So I had some guidance, but then putting the disability lens on it and my lived perspective where I wanted to do that, that was a complete curve. And I'm still learning the editorial curve, and I'm enjoying most of it, most of the experience.
Are you finding that since it's your business is 24 hours? Because that's what I'm finding.
Oh, no. Yeah. So early on, I have one of the companies that I work with for tech stuff is located in India. And so I needed tech support. So you can imagine how that went. And I'm 11:30 at night for us.
Right.
I'm doing tech support chats because it's AM for them. And so that's just one of the many stories for me.
No, because I'm just saying, it's like when it's your own business, it's like you're always doing it no matter what.
Yeah.
Even if you're just seeing, here we are, even if you see something like, oh, maybe I should write about that, or you know what I mean? Well, let's move on to another topic that I think the audience is really into is what does true inclusion look like to you?
That's such a hard question because I want to be realistic and say that I know companies can't do 100% fully access because disability is such a vast thing.
Right.
But for me, in terms of fashion and beauty, I want to be able to go into a store and not be told that, yes, you do have adaptive products, but you can only order them online. Or I want to be able to go into, when I see the clothes, if they're in the store, walk to the fitting room and not find that the company has used it for storage space.
Wow, yeah.
So, and then it's how am I supposed, this affects my experience.
Right.
I don't want to come back here. Or, I don't have such a positive view of this brand anymore.
Right.
I love your clothes, but I want to be able to shop, go shopping with my friends and do my own fashion montages.
Of course.
As you see people doing just for fun.
Right.
But I can't do that with some of these aspects, and that's what makes it so hard.
So obviously brands and organizations are still getting it wrong. Can you think of any other ways they're still getting it wrong?
Aside from the aspects that I just mentioned, there's also this concept of, and some brands are doing better with this, but there's aspect of, are you designing for the person with the disability and how they're getting dressed and their journey with that, or are you designing clothes for someone to help them get dressed?
Oh.
Because some of the adaptive aspects to clothes, I'm looking at it, my friends and I will look at it, I'm this doesn't work for me sitting this way. My hands are not going to be able to do this. But it does make it easier for someone to take it off me or put something on. So which is it?
Right. No, I understand what you're saying because you're right. They do make things that'll be for a caregiver, but not for you personally.
Right.
For your independence.
Right.
You want something that you can take off and put on.
You're right.
So, all right. So that is a huge way that companies are still getting it wrong. So hopefully somebody can hear this and know we still have work to do.
Yes. And this is not to say that, companies aren't trying, but, they're working with a certain system and they do have to work with what they understand so far. And like I said, disability is so vast. So even doing that, something that may work for me may not work for somebody else. So then that's
a good
also
point.
The challenge.
That's a great point. It is very vast. You're right. So I wonder what we could do. I guess there needs to be more companies in that field, in that niche.
More conversation.
Exactly.
Yes.
So how can companies move forward from more like performative inclusion into like real impact for you?
That's a really good question. I wouldn't say that I would have a complete answer to that. I would just say that companies need to be open to listening and learning instead of necessarily thinking that they know what is going to work for someone.
Good point.
Have the conversation with people with disabilities and not necessarily the people just the people around them, but include them in that conversation so they're in the process of the design aspect from the very beginning.
Very good. That's yeah, yep. I agree. I agree. Have you ever felt underestimated, and how did you handle that?
So yes, telling people I started my own business and my own magazine. Some of the looks I get are hilarious for that one. But also there was this one time I went to a job fair, and it was a job fair for people with disabilities. Now, I wasn't necessarily looking to hire anyone yet, but I was looking to share my magazine and my branding with this community because they are my subscribers. And I remember when I got to the door, there was a line for vendors and a line for people participating. And the guy looked at me and he was like, "No, you belong on that line."
Wow.
And I was like, "I'm a vendor." And he looked at me and it was this look of confusion. And I'm like, I know where I'm supposed
Wow.
to.
So
Yeah.
even in a space that was supposed to be for all abilities, he didn't even understand that
Yeah.
you could be a vendor. That's crazy. So what advice would you give somebody who feels unseen or overlooked or...
For me, that is what drives me the most. When people do not tell me I can't do something. It might take me a little bit longer to do it, but I will get it done. So I would just
All
say
right.
that use that as motivation. If it's something that you really want and you see a viable path forward, you've done your research and you see your viable path forward, do keep going, keep pushing forward. And if you need the motivation, tell like the one or two people who are closest to you, because they will keep you going even when you're questioning, what did I get myself into?
Wow. So you built something with a lot of purpose behind it, and that's not easy. Can I hear more about what type of articles are in the magazine? What was your favorite?
So, my magazine covers adaptive fashion, adaptive beauty, and disability representation. So I'll cover when new brands enter the adaptive fashion space, like when Anthropologie first launched their line, or even JCPenney, Tommy Hilfiger. All these brands I write about when they launch new collections and things like that. But then I also write about where there might be something missing. What are the gaps
Okay.
in this space? When it comes to representation, again, there's when Wicked was announced, that movie that was done,
Yes.
that actress that played Nessa Rose, she was the first actress with an authentic disability to play the role ever. So of course I covered that in the magazine, and I had to do the same with the sequel. When brands launch new adaptive products or toys, like when Barbie comes out with a new doll, I cover that in the magazine.
Oh, okay. Well, how did you feel about the Barbie autism doll? There was a lot of flack in
Yeah.
the community.
I mean, it depends. I don't really want to speak to the autism doll because that wasn't my lived experience.
Right.
But for the dolls that had wheelchair users, I thought they did a very good job with it. But I would love them to create a doll that's a power wheelchair user.
Oh, okay.
I
Okay.
think that would be interesting.
Do you hear that out there?
Yes.
So, how do you stay grounded while you're growing your brand? I mean, I know it's a big deal.
My family very much helps with that.
Oh, okay.
In the best of ways. They've helped me do some aspects of my business just as support, and they remind me that yes, you are building something that's important. I think one of the things that grounds me with it is I have a disability. So I live that life, live that experience, but now I've chosen to work in that field, and surrounding myself so much with that when that's not the entirety entirety of the world can be such, it can take its own mental toll. So they remind me to step out of it and enjoy things that have nothing to do with my work or even the disabled aspects of my life, and just have fun with my friends and do things that are separate. As you were talking about before, it can be hard when
Yes.
you have your own business, but I think it's even more important that you don't get lost in this one aspect of your identity.
Okay, well, that's good. I'll take that advice because I definitely get caught up in all of it. But yeah, you do have to live. You have to have those moments. I'm happy that your family keeps reminding you of
Yes.
that. So what's next for you? What are you building towards?
I am just focused on the magazine right now and how that can continue growing and impact people. Whatever happens after that, I'm open to so many different things, but my main focus at this point is the magazine.
Okay. And how can people support your work? Can they send articles? Can they send you people that you should interview? Like,
I would definitely welcome people that they think I should interview, because that's more lived experience and different perspectives from mine. You can find me and my magazine at sittingbeauty.com, and find the magazine's social media profiles at Sitting Beauty Magazine at Facebook, on Facebook and Instagram for those handles.
terrific. Okay, so good. So now everyone has that information. And I'll also have it on my website so they know where to find you.
Yes.
Okay, Kim, so it's time for finish the sentence. We don't think, we don't blink, we just answer the question, okay? I feel most proud when?
Somebody tells me that something I've written or they've heard my speech has been resonating with them.
The best advice I ever received was?
Just keep going. Just start. Don't do your research, yes, but if you're gonna do that, don't get caught up in so much research that you are afraid to start.
Oh, okay, I get it. The word that best describes me is?
I would say daring, because I started my own magazine.
Very daring. I wish people knew that.
People with disabilities are just like everybody else. We want to go out and interact with the world just like everyone else. And when access isn't there, it can make that difficult.
And isolating.
Yes.
That's what I'm finding for people that I know, that sometimes they don't get out. That's why I wanted to interview you, because you can get out and start your own business, get out and live life. You have to, though, get out, even though there might be some difficulties.
Yes.
The funniest thing that ever happened?
I was doing a recording of some clips for social media, and I'm used to people coming up to me and asking me about my disability. And I was doing this take, and I got the fourth take, and it was finally perfect. And I'm thinking, yes, it's perfect in my head. And this guy comes, it's like, hi, how are you? And I'm like, I have to start over.
Oh,
like,
no.
I was so sad.
Oh, no. That is the worst. That is the absolute worst. I've had people come into the studio while I was doing an interview, just like, I'm like, you didn't see the on air? It says on air. Okay. What was your best day as a founder of a magazine?
It was the first time that I was able to connect with a brand, and they wanted to participate. So I worked with Anthropology, and they sent me clothes for my first brand photo shoot last year. I felt like that was my made it moment. Like, yes, I still have so many other different things to do, but it was so fun to be like, yes, they are creating adaptive clothing, and we want to be part of your story in some way.
That is amazing.
Yes.
And so fun. I mean, get me free clothes. I mean, so fun. All right. Well, thank you so much for having this conversation with us and really educating us on a lot of points that we can include people better. Like, there's still work to do, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
There is progress. I don't want to negate that in any way. And I want to celebrate that, but I just want to also share that, yes, there's still so much more that we can be doing.
Wonderful. Well, she's already given you the information on how to reach her, and it's Sitting Beauty Magazine. Thank you so much, Kim, for being here. I really appreciate the conversation.
Thank you so much for having me.